What are CFDs? A contract for difference is very close to gambling, which is why CFDs are not permitted in the US. The key characteristics about CFDs that make them speculative and risky are the possibility of high leverage and that no ownership of the underlying asset is involved. Adam has $10,000 to invest, and he is bullish on share X for this week. Even if he expects a 5% jump in the share price, his potential profit is only $500. Adam buys a CFD with a margin requirement of 5%. This leverage magnifies the potential gain or loss by 20 times. With his capital of $10,000, he is betting on $200,000 worth of the underlying asset. The seller of the CFD is effectively betting on share X to fall. At the end of day one, share X falls by 2%. Adam loses $4,000, 40% of his capital. As there is no expiry date for a CFD, he settles in cash by topping up the margin account and chooses to roll over the open position to the next day. At the end of day 2, share X plunges by a further 20% due to disappointing quarterly results. Adam is now in deep trouble because the 20% drop translates to a further $40,000 loss. He pays up the money and closes his position. In total, he lost $44,000 despite initially planning to invest with a capital of $10,000. In a CFD, neither party buys, holds, or sells the underlying share. Essentially, the buyer and the seller of a CFD enter into a private agreement to bet on the price movement of an underlying asset. In the case of equity CFD where cash dividends are paid out by the underlying asset, the party in the long position of the CFD is entitled to them just as if he owns the physical stock. The only major difference is that since he does not really own the physical stock, he has no voting rights. An investor can choose between the long or short position. If he feels bearish on an underlying asset, he can sell a CFD and bet on its fall.